Hello YouTube viewers, my name is Brandon Durgas and this is Toronto Mod Shop, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install hood spacers on your car. In my case, the hood spacers I bought were the wrong size because they were purchased 2 years ago for my Honda Civic, but now, as you know, I have my Toyota, and the Toyota has 8mm and the kit is 6mm, so in this video I'm not only going to be showing you how to install them, but I'm going to be showing you how to modify the 6mm kit to fit an 8mm bolt, because the 6mm kit is $10 with shipping from eBay, and the 8mm kit is $40 with shipping from eBay. So if you don't want to spend the $40, you could spend the $10. Supplies are about $4, and it fits just the same. Alright, so let's jump out and take a look at the kit. Alright guys, so here is that eBay $10 universal hood spacer kit. Comes with 4 spacers, 4 washers, and 4 bolts. It's a 1-inch spacer kit. It's got 6mm bolts, and that's my issue. The Toyota Yaris has 8mm hood bolts, so what I'm going to have to do is drill these out. I would buy an 8mm spacer kit, but the cheapest one I could find was about $40, and it was aluminum, billet aluminum spacers. This here is a nylon spacer, and this was $10 and I already have it, so I thought I might as well just modify this one. So that's what I'm going to do first. You may not have to modify yours if you have the proper kit. If you do, then you'll learn how to modify it. Alright, so let's get ready to drill the holes. Alright, so these are the 8mm bolts. These are 8mm diameter, and I believe it's a 45mm bolt, like lengthwise. So as you can see here, it won't go in. The original bolt will obviously go in, but if you compare the two, there's a huge difference. So what I'm going to do is take 2 drill bits. In this case, the first one, camera won't focus with the car in the background. Alright, so you can't see that, but basically this is a 9/32, and then after that, the final hole size is a 5/16. And once that's drilled, then the 8mm bolts will slide in and we'll install them. So first, let's drill the smaller holes. Alright, so in order to not scratch the black coating on this, because it is a white nylon with like a black paint, you could say. That's how it came. But I want to keep it black. So what I'm going to do is take some masking tape and just wrap it around. That way when I put the spacer in my vice grip pliers, it doesn't take the paint off. Next thing, take your spacer wrapped in tape and your vice grip pliers, set not too tight, but just enough that the spacer won't spin inside the pliers. And now, let's drill. Alright, so let's drill the smaller hole. And there you go, there's the smaller hole. And now, the bigger hole. And there you go. Now the hole is big enough. The 8mm bolt. I might widen them a tiny bit more, just so that the bolt slides a little easier. But if you don't have to, then you don't have to. Alright guys, now that all 4 of the spacers have been drilled out to fit an 8mm bolt, now we can move on to the point of this video, which is installing them on the car. Alright, so let's take a look at what we're going to need. Basically what we needed for that first bit, if you didn't write it down or you didn't remember, was 2 drill bits. This one is a 9/32. This one I believe, I don't remember actually. This one was 5/16. Okay. That's to drill the holes bigger. Obviously you need the actual hood spacer kit. Again, this was $10 on eBay. If you don't want to spend $40 and your car is 80mm, then just do what I did and drill them out. Because the hood spacer kit was $10, bolts and washers, that was about $4. So right there's 14 instead of 40. You need tape and vice grips to hold on to these. To install it, I need this, which is a 12mm, a wobble extension, and a ratchet. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing one side at a time. I'm going to start with the driver's side. So first thing you're going to want to do is open the hood. Alright, so the next thing to do is to remove the 2 bolts holding the hood on this side. What I did is I cracked the ones on the other side just a little bit loose, that way the hood could move without bending the threads. Be very careful when you're doing this because the hood does tend to flop around after the bolts are out. So what you're going to want to do is kind of use your head and one of your hands to support the hood while you do the next thing after this. So for now, carefully remove your bolts on the one side. Now that you've done by hand, the rest. Again, keep your hand here on the hood, and my head is above, supporting the hood from falling forward. Once the bolt's out, the hood is going to want to fall forward because there's nothing anchoring at the back anymore. There you go. If I was to move my head, the hood would fall forward. So what you're going to want to do is kind of keep a hand up here, just supporting that, and get ready to put the spacers in. One thing I will recommend is to use some foam. I had some foam left over because those corners of the hood are actually really sharp and they will scrape paint off your fenders. Or maybe even crack your windshield if you... Alright, so the next thing you're going to want to do is take one of your spacers and one of your bolts and a washer, put the washer on first, that, twist through here. If I were you, I'd start with the rear one, because that one actually holds the hood better when it's alone than the front one does. So, back one in, again, use your head to support it, or if you want to tie it up above you, that's fine, but the point is, spacer on, then you get your ratchet, and to get it into position, I have to go get the ratchet and put it down. So, what I found out is the old bolts from the car are 12s, 12 mil, but the new bolts are 13 mil head. So, if I were you, I'd check that before, that way you don't have to go back and forth. But, wait a minute, where'd the spacer go? Alright, so I got the bottom one started, right here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the top one in, and just get it started, and I'll tighten them both down together. What I did do off camera was I made those holes a little bit bigger. I used this drill bit right here, which is 21/64, which is a tiny bit bigger than the one that was in there before. So now, one second, don't just falling and breaking it. This slides in there loosely, so it's a lot easier to work with now. Alright, so now that they're both started, what you can do is take your extension and socket, like a screwdriver, get it as tight as possible, as tight as you can get it by hand. And once you can't go any tighter by hand, then grab the 1/4-inch ratchet. Let's just speed this up. Once you're ready, get your ratchet, put it tight. That's tight and snug. That's tight and snug. And now this side is done. So now let's move on to the other side. Alright guys, so I'm not going to show you me doing the other side. I'm just going to do it, and then I'll show you guys when they're both done. But the process is the same. Alright guys, so as you can see, let's walk you guys over. Driver's side is in. Passenger side is in. I'm not going to go over there, stuff in my way. But now, let's see how it looks with the hood closed.